We're back, people, and it's bright and it's early. Big up to every single one of you that's here, locked in. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. We are very close, only about 20 or 30 away from 48K. So let's make sure we get that today, people. We are creeping towards the big 5-0. Just over 2,000 of you to hit the subscribe button, and we can celebrate the big 5-0 together. Let's try and do that in time for the new season. That would be amazing. So make sure you hit like and subscribe. Make sure you're following my guy Saeed, who's with me today. Saeed, how are you, my guy? What you saying? You're up early as well, man. You were streaming late last night as well, bro.
Yeah, bro. Literally streaming like 4 or 5 hours ago, if that. You know what I mean? At the early hours of 5 a.m. So we were there, man. And to be fair, we actually did all right, you know, man. We won 4-1. Some good football and that. You know what I'm saying? I know it is pre-season, but you know what I mean? The bar is low at the minute, man. You know what I'm saying? We've been absolutely depressed by last season, man. So, yeah, good couple of performances. And, yeah, man, we're here. Big up to everyone locked in. Smash a like on the video. And, yeah, man, let's do it, man. What are you saying, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. First of all, I enjoyed my holiday, man, because I had a week away and I needed it. You know, when you're like, you know, you and I love what we do for a living. It's a dream, right? But you actually do need a break from it sometimes. And I just, not just the actual news and the transfer news itself and the football itself, because the football season is obviously away, but just sitting here and like the laptop and sitting in the same room for hours, and the amount that people don't know that you do away from the shows in terms of the admin and the preparations. It's so nice to just get away from all that and just do a couple of uploads in my own time. So that was nice. Now it's back to reality, and you know, you can tell because you and I were streaming till late last night. You were streaming till silly hours. I was streaming till, you know, sort of near the midnight mark, and then we're up again doing it this morning, bright and early. So you know, look, there's enough to talk about today with Arsenal and with Manchester United. Before we do that, people, make sure you're following today's sponsors, Match Bingo. Scan the QR code on screen, or if you want to, what you can do is click on the link now in the live chat or in the description. Make sure you downloaded that app. You can credit as little as £5 or as much as you want and get as many cards as you want. Pre-season's underway. We've got the season around the corner. Let's get Match Bingo as part of our daily routine or our weekend fun. And a lot of people are winning on this side, this Match Bingo. I don't know if you heard about this. There's quite a lot of people that are like,
yeah, big up, man.
Saying, oh, yeah, Match Bingo, I've won again. And I'm like, I haven't won yet, by the way. But a lot of people seem to be winning. So, yeah, get on Match Bingo, people, and let's have some fun with that as well. Yeah, so big up to them for our sponsors and for supporting us and showing us some love. There's only one place to start, bruv, and it is our strikers or our striker situation. And I saw a nice little no context TV or fan TV, whatever they call themselves on Twitter. Bless them. Big up to them.
Yeah,
and I got sent something yesterday, which was you taking the piss out of us. Because we're getting Sesko and not Gyokeres. And you were going in. And I see it today. And I'm like, I have to pull up my guy Saeed about this little clip, man. Because it looks like now the roles have reversed. And we've got Glock. And you've got Sesko. And, or getting Sesko. And, you got to hold the L on that one, my bro. Because now it looks like he's coming. What's your thoughts of this one, real talk? Because I didn't want Sesko. I didn't believe he was the ready-made striker that Arsenal needed. And I got to be honest, I don't think that he's a bum or a scrub, by the way. I think he's a good player, Sesko. But I don't think he's the guy that Arsenal need to go win us a title. Now, Manchester United are in a bit of a different scenario because buying a striker alone isn't going to go and win them a title in one. Well, I think we all know that, right? You've got a lot more to do. However, I see you on Big Six, and I thought that was a mad argument, you know. Tobe, Steve, and Miles and Matisse. And I've got to say, as much as I appreciate where they were coming from in terms of Manchester United aren't this huge club anymore, that's just a fact that you're at the moment you're not. Like, you're still a huge club commercially, but where you are to win titles, you ain't. And I think Onoli Watkins, I was actually with you, Tobes and Grizz. I actually agreed with what you were saying. Go and get the guy who's guaranteed to get you 15, 20 goals now. Worry about Sesko in a couple of years and think, right, where are we now? Oh, we might be a Sesko now would be a great fit because we can go win that title or go get top 4 or whatever it is you're trying to achieve. And I think Watkins would have been a better option. I've got to be honest with you. However, that does not mean that if you got Sesko, he's going to come in and get 3 or 4 goals. He could come in and get 10, 15 himself. I've no idea how good this guy's going to be in the Premier League, right? But it's a huge risk. So I got to be honest, whatever it looks like, it's better than what you had last season, bruv. Cunha and Buemo, and let's say it's Sesko, that is better than Garnacho, Højlund, and Sancho or Anthony or whatever the hell it was, man. So how are you feeling about the striker situation now, man?
Yeah, no, honestly, it was one of them situations where I did think we'd get Gyokeres. You know what I mean? In terms of like United might be able to this, because I thought you were set on Sesko. I really, because you got to remember, like Arteta was really, really after Sesko. He was on him. He was like, yo, this is the guy. He was chasing him last year. It didn't work out. Like Gyokeres was almost like some sort of, you know, situation of like, you know what, we could maybe experiment it. We could see what might happen. And it isn't. You've got Gyokeres and United are after Sesko. And I think for me, what I was trying to get with Steve is that, listen, I'm not saying Sesko is a scrub. I'm not saying he's a very, very bad player. But what I'm saying is Man United at the minute right now cannot afford to take that risk when we finish where we were last season to go and get a player that's not really proven in the Premier League. Because you got to remember, like, top young strikers have come to the Premier League and it hasn't worked out for them. You know what I mean? Whether it's due to lifestyle, whether it's due to whatever, just not being good enough, etc., coming a bit too early, you know what I mean, in their development in their career. You know what I'm saying? So I understand where Steve was saying, like, for the future, you know, United could do with a player of Sesko, young, up and coming. You're going to have to maybe buy him in a couple of years' time, and he's probably going to be worth X amount of money, whereas now you're probably getting him for around, what, 60, 70 million, you know what I mean, if that. So I hear that in that aspect, but United right now, at this current stage, the reason why I wanted Watkins is that we struggle for goals. We've struggled to really, really get, goals in this team. We scored 44 goals last season. We needed a bit more, someone like a Watkins who has shown in the Premier League year in, year out that he's scored goals. Whether you like the way he plays, the aesthetics, how he comes across, what he does, he scores goals. And he knows where the back of the net is. And I think sometimes, people look to age a bit too much. Like, yeah, he's going to be 30 in December, but he's 30 in December. Then he's 31 next December. Then he's 32 December after. So it's not a case of getting a player where, you know, in 2-3 years' time, the value of or the player drops significantly. You don't know. He could get better with age. Some strikers do. I mean, Ian Wright. When did he? Like, you know,
28, like 27, 28. Jamie Vardy, 27, 28. They were some older, man. I don't get this age thing, by the way, because if you're going to come, if you say to me, yeah, you're going to buy this striker who's going to come in for 2 seasons, he's going to get you for 30 goals in all competitions, both seasons, that's 60 goals in his time, and then he's going to leave. Or you're going to go and get this striker that's going to be with you for 5 years. For the first 2, he's going to get 2 or 3. I'll take the one that's going to give me 60 goals in 2 years. Like, why does it matter that people are 29? That's not old anymore in football, by the way. People don't think 29, you're dead and finished and all this. Like, people hit 30. People are going on to near on 40 now. Like, it's like the body's getting different. The body's, as long as you're not started at 15, 16, being slogged like Wayne Rooney and Michael Owen were, then you can get to a stage where you can get to 32 and still have a couple of years at the top left. So I've got to be honest. I thought Ollie Watkins would have been guaranteed goals for you, man. I've got to be honest.
And this is what I'm trying to say, bro. It's like, that was the reason where I was coming from. You know what I mean? I think sometimes you got to remember now, sports science is changing. Players are looking at themselves a little bit better. You know what I mean? And I think for me, ultimately, you know, if you go and get a Watkins, it opens up the door to go buy a young striker in the next year or 2 that you believe can be ready by the time Watkins is almost like, you know, like coming towards maybe his end at United, bro. You could do that, bro. I think that would work very, very well with Man United. Go and do that, and then go and get the next one in the next 2 years. But like I said, I think Villa were never really going to sell him. Let's be honest, though. Villa were never really intent on selling the player, bro. I think that's what it comes down to. If Villa were intent on selling him, I would have said, you know what, that's going to happen, etc., etc. But they were never really going to sell him. They looked at Sesko. They looked at Vivel. He knows the player. he's brought him into the Red Bull model. You know what? Let's go grab him. And I think for me, when I look at it, 70 million, if we play it in installments, if we then get rid of Højlund and he goes out the opposite way, it's not a bad deal. If I'm not gonna lie to you, it's not a bad deal. And you know what I mean, it adds a little bit of sprinkle in for Newcastle to get rejected again. So it's one of them, bro. Like it's not that it wasn't on my top of my list, but I'm not gonna be like, you know what? And I also think as well, having Mbeumo and Cunha there will help him a lot. If I'm being honest with you, I think Mbeumo and Cunha being there will help him very, very much. So I think that there, I feel a lot of United fans feel a bit at ease now that he's here and he's ready to learn from the others. So yeah, man, this is what football is now, though. You are buying potential, though. I know you lot have bought Gyokeres, but you know you still look at clubs now. They are buying potential of what could become rather than what is right now, and it makes sense to do that right now. You know what I'm saying to you right now at this current moment, because the price and the market is going to be so inflated in 2-3 years time. You might as well just go and get him right now, and then later on you can morph him into the player that you want to do. So
look, man, I feel like it exhausted me, the Sesko Gyokeres stuff. I'm so glad we got Gyokeres, right? And I'll get your thoughts on him in a minute.
yeah.
But what you do know that you've got with Sesko is you've got potential. You've got somebody who can ping a ball. You've got someone who's aerially a threat. You've got someone who can physically bear with the Premier League demands. So I think people will laugh because obviously, you know, we got Gyokeres and everybody wanted him, and you're going to end up with Sesko, the guy that we didn't want, for potentially more money. But I think we have to be careful because you're not buying some, you know, Dominic Calvert-Lewin type striker. Do you know what I'm saying? So you're buying someone who could absolutely bang. From what we understand, people rate him highly. So I think, as you say, with Cunha and Mbeumo behind and Bruno Fernandes service, I think Sesko has no excuses about not giving chances at Arsenal, at Manchester United. So he's obviously going to, you know, have to prove himself, but at the same time, he's got good players around him in the attacking areas, man. But look, David Ornstein is the one that's I look at as a fairly reliable source. And he said a few hours ago now, well, early hours last night, that Leipzig's asking price is 75 million euros guaranteed plus add-ons and the percentage of the future sale. The fee expectation communicated to the suitors of the 22-year-old striker. Newcastle, we'll come on to them in a minute, and Man United pursuing, but no agreements yet with Leipzig or a Slovenian forward. So that's come from The Athletic. Now, that sounds very similar to what we were being spoken about with Arsenal. They said at the start they wanted like 90 million euros package. So it's a hell of a lot of money. Obviously, it looks like that could potentially come down. Depends what the add-ons are. But you and Newcastle both going for this player. Now, I've got to be honest with you. We could go and do a whole podcast on Newcastle alone of what's going on with them. They are a mess. I'm sorry. Even Pete is
madness, isn't it?
Yeah. Even Pete thrown his hands up and said, I don't know what's going on at my club, right? When they're doing that, there's no sporting director. Eddie Howe, bless him, is probably the only one I don't blame because he's been left with everything to do and it's not fair on him. But all the players are saying, no, thank you. I'd rather go Tottenham. I'd rather go United. I'd rather go Arsenal. I'd rather go Chelsea. There's even some that have decided to look at Nottingham Forest and Villa over Newcastle if you was to do the real sort of digging in terms of where players are going. Manchester City, Trafford's gone there instead. I'm like, and I like Newcastle. I've always had time for them. I always think they're a passionate club, great fan base, superb city, and I want to see them do well. But I'm looking at it thinking, wow, if Sesko chooses United over Newcastle, João Pedro goes Chelsea, Liam Delap has gone Chelsea. They wanted them. Only Elanga is the guy to get across the line. They've had Kudus and Mbeumo links, Cunha links, only soft, loose links, but still they're linked. And you got the scenario of they can't even get James Trafford from Burnley. Like, this is a mad scenario at Newcastle. If they lose Isak and they don't get Sesko, and they end up
with the club, bro.
Like, what is happening?
And they've got Ramsdale as well, remember?
And they want Ramsdale, who, look, as an Arsenal fan, I don't mind Ramsdale like some people do. I think he gets hard time compared to other goalkeepers, but he ain't going to take it to next level. Obviously, that's why we got rid of him. But when you look at the scenario right now, they are in a mess if they lose Isak and they replace him with Visser and like what's his name, Jackson or something like that. Jesus crikey, that is not going to be good, man. So, what are you saying about this? Are you going to get this done over Newcastle? Like, is that a lot of money for you?
70 million. I mean, package altogether. I think it's 65 million up front, or so 64 million up front. So it's not bad in that aspect. 64 million up front ain't bad. All packaged together, of course, it's going to be a bit more. And obviously, they want a percentage of future sale, which you're hoping they'll get to that level. I always think add-ons are a good thing because that means then they're doing well and they're getting the targets in. You know what I mean? But I think for me, listen, I think Newcastle this is the one where I think they will do all they can, whether it's wages, whether it's the actual fee involved. They will go and make sure this happens, bro. I don't think they're able to miss out on this one. Bringing in Moniz if they talk about it, or whoever like Jackson. I don't think it cuts, man. This is a young up and coming striker, bro. And I feel like for me, it's one of them where, Newcastle, even though if you look at it, Isak and Sesko are coming in similar parts of their career. When you look at it, Isak was bought at 22. He came in the back of, I think, scoring 6 goals. But the season before that, I think he got double digits, and I think he was one of the most informed strikers in La Liga. So when you look at it in that aspect, yeah, you think to yourself, yo, like they're coming into similar parts of their career. He could mold into a new Isak. And then, you know what, Newcastle fans are saying, you know what, we've lost Isak, but we've given him for 130, 140 million. We bought this guy for 60, half the price. You know what? We'll take that. We'll take that. It's not the end of the world, but we'll take that, bro. And they're in a position of no power, really, but they have to get this one over the line. United beat them to Mbumo. He beat them to Cunha. Can't be losing 3 players to Man United, bro. That would be absolutely criminal. If I'm a Newcastle fan, man, I'm striking. I'm going on protest. Are you mad? What's going on with the football club? What are we doing? Why are we not showing ambition? And Isak's probably looking at it thinking, yo, like, you've not shown ambition. You know what I'm saying? I know PSR is an issue, but you've not really shown ambition. What's going on? You know what I mean? So it's mad when you deep it, bro. It's mad.
I actually feel sorry for the Newcastle fans a bit, because they had such a bad time with Ashley and with Bruce and all this. Then they get the takeover. They think, oh, finally we can be fighting Champions League. Because let's be real, Newcastle fans probably didn't expect them to be winning titles right now. Not yet. They've, to build from it. Eddie Howe put them into the Champions League. They must have thought, wow, we're in dreamland. This is so quick and done so well already. We were flirting with relegation last season. Then obviously they had injuries, got capitulated. Champions League killed them a bit. And then they had the season they did last season. They finally win a trophy. They get Champions League back and they think, right, we've got to go now. Let's keep the best players, Isaks, Tonali's, Bruno's, and let's add to this quality 5-6 players that we can go and really give a good title challenge next season and get to around February, March and think, you know what, we're still in and around here. We could actually do the madness. That's the sort of season I thought they were going to have. I thought they were going to go and get Cunha. I thought they were going to get Kudus. I thought when we would have gone to Newcastle, even if you were in for him, I thought he would have had a great chance of going there with the money they've got behind them. I thought they would have kept hold of Isak, Bruno and Tonali and added somebody with some quality in there like a Sanchez. Maybe go and get Mark Guehi, who they were interested in last season. Look at a world-class goalkeeper in like Chevalier, who's obviously gone to PSG. I thought they're going to do a madness, Newcastle. They can't get the Burnley goalkeeper, bruv. Like, what is going on here? This is a madness for me. So
that one there, they verbally had an agreement for the past year, bro. Like they were set, but apparently there was a bid that they should have got the done deal over the line before the World Cup, the Club World Cup. Remember the Club World Cup?
Oh yeah,
they should have got the deal over the line. Then they didn't. They didn't get the deal over the line, and therefore, what happened then was they missed out on it and. Man City then, before they were about to put in the bid, their fresh bid, Man City came in and swooped in. Easy. Job done. And Man City and Burnley have got a good relationship, because I think they exchange a lot of players here and there. So they've got a really good academy. They help out and whatnot. Remember from Vincent Company days and whatnot. So listen, it's peak, man. I do feel for their fans though, like, because like I said, you've won the first trophy in how long? you're living life, and then boom, all of a sudden out of nowhere, you dealt with that massive blow, bro. Like, you know what I mean? In terms of, knowing that you gone from the euphoric stage of, we've won the first trophy in 70 years to one of the most depressing summers, man. That is the worst feeling ever, man. Like, if you're a fan, because you probably think to yourself, right, we're going we're on an upward trajectory right now, but not really, is it? Not really. You get me?
No, man. I'd be pissed if I was a Newcastle fan. If I'm honest, I really would. Like, and I don't mind Ramsdale. He's definitely an upgrade on Pope, and I think Ilanga's an upgrade on Murphy. But that is literally all they've done, and the players they're linked with, they're just like, are they better than what they've got? I mean, the striker situation's a joke. As much as I rate Visser, and I don't think Jackson's a scrub, I don't think they're anywhere near the level of the players they've got. So yeah, Newcastle, I've got to hold it L this summer, man. But let's talk about the striker situation with Arsenal and United. Obviously, Sesko looks to be favourite now. We've spoken about why you prefer Watkins because he's ready now, and Sesko is a project player. But it could be that he's, an opportunity to prove himself. But we've got Gyokeres, you've got Sesko, and we've got each other on the first game of the season, bro. So I want to talk about what that looks like. I want to talk about the season and what it looks like for both these players. If, of course, you do get Sesko, which looks now highly likely. Straight up, who's the better buy out of the two? And who do you think is going to score the most goals out of the two?
Wow. Obviously, I'm not going to be, you know what I mean? Like, I think Gyokeres is a better buy, only because I feel like for me, he's in his prime, and I feel like he's ready right now. And he's come off a very, very good season. You know what I mean? He's got 54 goals for Sporting Lisbon. So you'd say easily like he's a better buy. Who's scoring more goals? I mean, the thing is, right? You think because of the fact that Arsenal are going to be creating more chances, Arsenal are going to be doing more. You know what I mean? In that aspect, you say it's going to be Gyokeres, but sometimes it never translates to that. It never really because obviously you got to remember as well, like big club, big pressure. You know what I mean? First year, settling in period, understanding your teammates. First is a player like maybe a Sesko who comes in, not really pressure to score a lot of goals, and then maybe hits the ground running. You know what I'm saying to you? So I think Gyokeres, you'd put your money on it right now, and you'd say to yourself, you know what? Because he's more proven and he's got the experience, you'd have to give Gyokeres the edge. And I'll be honest with you, I think it must feel like surreal now that you've got him. You know them kind of signings where you think to yourself, yo, he's actually an Arsenal player, bro.
Yeah, man.
You must be thinking, yo, listen, when you see the training clips here, yo, it must have been surreal, right, for you to be looking at, right, we've actually got Watkins brought at the football club. That must have been mad.
Bro, when I see Gyokeres put that top bins in training yesterday, I'm like, right, that's a good welcome. He got the welcome he needed. Everyone's talking about how great he's looking, not just in terms of his quality and technical ability, but the fact that he's just an absolute beast and a monster. The guy can handle his physique. I don't know if you've seen his physique, but he just looks ripped, man. He's like ready. He's going to be an absolute monster. He's really going to be a handful for defenders, and people that are questioning or doubting him, saying, oh, he needs space and he needs time, and you get all this in the Portuguese league. That's fine. You can say that it's an easier league than the Premier League. I've got nothing against that. But don't make out like everyone's scoring 50 goals a season in leagues. Like, that doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's that easy to do, there's probably we're talking about 200 or 300 players in the Portuguese league, right? And he's the only one that's scoring that amount of goals. So don't make out like everyone's doing it. Yeah. The other thing I'll say here is I don't really mind people using Darwin Núñez as an evidence or evidence base, because obviously he was a bit of a disaster when he come to Liverpool, when he did well for Benfica, but he wasn't doing what Gyokeres is doing for one. No. He wasn't doing it for his club and his country in the Champions League, Europa League, and all the competitions that domestically they have in Portugal, like Gyokeres is. He didn't have the experience of England with Coventry, which people laugh at, but actually he was unbelievable.
You know what?
Single-handedly. He was brilliant physically, and he put them single-handedly to the playoff final where they never should have been because of his goals. And the other thing I don't think people appreciate is that there are players that have come from Portugal that have been good as well. One of your best ever players is Cristiano Ronaldo. He came from Portugal. Nani came from Portugal. You look at players of late that have come from Portugal, Not going back as far as Angel Di Maria. He come from Benfica.
Yes.
And look how the players Benfica have had that have come to the Premier League, like Ederson in goal. Ruben Diaz was over there. He's been brilliant in the Premier League. I don't know why people want to talk on, oh, this guy can't do it because of this. Enzo is now doing the job over for Chelsea. I know it's taken a couple of years, but he came over from there. Luis Diaz is a great shout in the chat. So Vitinha, great shout. One of the best PSG, Consensal. So I'm looking
what it is, bro. I think obviously the Nunes one has got a lot of people like talking in it, and
of course,
you know what I mean, and rightly so, you know what I mean. But I don't think Nunes scored these amount of goals though. These are very, very big numbers Gyokeres scored. I'm not sure whether Darwin Nunes scored these amount of goals. And I think for me, when you look at it, I think they're different sort of players as well. Darwin Nunes is much more younger as well. I think he came to Liverpool at 22. And I think for me, when you look at, and I think he came on the back of maybe 1 or 2 good seasons, if that. Not even 1 or 2 good seasons, maybe 1 season, if that, bro. You know what I'm saying to you? And I feel like for me, it's like, yeah, I hear it. I hear like people's sentiment and whatnot. But I think Gyokeres is a different sort of player, bro. You know what I mean? I think he's someone that has learned his trade, like you said, failed at Brighton as well. You got to remember, he didn't really do well at Brighton. He would have learned from that. He would have learned from his time in England. He could deal with the physicality as well. Nunes couldn't really deal with the physicality as well in the league. You know what I mean? So the demand, you know what I mean? The demand in that regards is different as well. So I think Gyokeres will understand that. And also the environment that players are coming into. Arsenal he'll be coming into a team where he's a missing piece for that team, right? You know what I'm saying? He's literally that missing piece for them. Whereas last season, they went and got Gravenberch. They went and got, you know what I mean? I think Salah had an amazing season. So there was more variables to Liverpool's game in that regards. But whereas this season, Arsenal, this is the final jigsaw to what they need to do, man. And that's why I believe it's a bit more different. There's the case of, get us a striker that knows how to put the ball in the back of the net. We should be able to win this league. That's Arsenal's aim right now. Because everything else has been very, very good. Your link-up play, your way you play out from the back, your players that you've shown, you've got a good core. You've got probably the best defense in the league. You've got a good core there. It's just adding that final thing that you need to get over the line, and that is the strike on. You've addressed it now. And I feel like he's someone that isn't phased. From what I've seen from the interviews, he's just someone who's very, very shy. He's just someone who's very, very, you know what I mean, like overwhelmed by the situation. He's like, give me some assists. Man's like, forget this card nonsense. Give me some assists, bro, and we're here.
He looks calm, composed, ready. He looks hungry. He's obviously been buzzing for the move. He's been trying to get the move. He's been going on strike and doing everything he can to get this move. And I like that. I want players to want to come to Arsenal. I don't want people coming here as a stepping stone. Like Sesko made murmurings that he was one day wanting to be the Real Madrid or Bayern Munich striker. Well, go and don't come to me then. Like, go and play for Dortmund first or something. Don't come here. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at. And that's the standard we should have at Arsenal. You don't come here as a stepping stone to Madrid. And I know that the last decade, there's been players that have done that. That's what we've got to stop. We can't do that. We've got to win here right now. And that's the way you do it, man. So
there ain't no time, man, left, bro. I'll be real with you, man. Like, this is it now, man. And I'm sure even the Arteta, the staunch Arteta inners, bro, even they're saying, like, I spoke to Bavs, I spoke to a lot of guys who are Arteta in here, and I said, this is where he's got to deliver now. And they've all said, yeah. They've all said, yeah, this is where he's got to deliver. He's got to produce now. He's got to, you know what I mean, bro? And this is where, you know what, man? There's no more excuses now. There isn't. You've got to produce now, right now. Produce, bro. And I feel like now it really got into people's minds that 6-7 players you've already bought now, already in the transfer window. I think you're now nearly at 800 million. I could be wrong. It could be more than that in terms of spending wise. You know what I mean? These injuries and all of this stuff now. You've got Madueke, you've got players in Eze potentially coming. You've got players in there where you can see to yourself, right, we've got these guys in here now as our backup. So when there's injuries, we don't need to be worried about what we do. So yeah, man, I think for me, that's where it comes down to the confidence, right? Can they do it now? Can they now get over the line, bro? But the thing is, though, just as you thought you wanted to get over the line, Liverpool have just gone on and done a madness. You know what I mean? And spent so much players. Man City have come back and said, you know what? We're going to go spend some players as well. They've had a strong window as well. Maybe they sort their defense out, but Chelsea are lurking around the window now. You know what I'm saying? So as much as you think, yeah, bro, you're there, others have said, you know what? Nah, mate, get back in your box. We're here as well. Liverpool, Isak, we're here. You know what I'm saying, broski? So it's like one of them where I'm like, yo, it's dog eat dog, man. It's a very, very madness. It's a madness what's going on, should I say? It's an absolute madness what's going on.
It is, bro. It's a madness. And yeah, Liverpool at the moment, they're the ones that everyone have got to catch up. Like, as much as I love the signings, the Gyokeres signing and the Zubimendi deal, I think is very overlooked because that was so like longed out that people have forgotten how good he is. Obviously, you know, some of the other players I'm not too sure about yet because they're squad players, bruv. You know, like Madueke is a lot of money for a squad player. I don't think he's going to be our left winger. I think he's going to be a squad player. I also think Norgard and Kepa and Mosquera are all squad players, but they are. As much as I'm not sure they're going to take us to the next level, are they upgrades on what we had? Well, they probably are, to be fair, loosely. I mean, Kepa is a better player than Neto, in my opinion. Mosquera is better than Tomiyasu because Tomiyasu couldn't stay fit, you know, and Norgard, you know, has replaced Jorginho. Is it an upgrade? Probably not. I think he's not far off Jorginho, but he's not the same, but it's not miles off. And Madueke, you know, Madueke is a lot of money, but he's better than Sterling. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's kind of where we are. But there are other players that I feel that we're linked with and that we'll come on to next. But I'm going to chuck in these super chats because they're related to what we're talking about. Jermaine says, big up both of you, smashing content. Come on, Arsenal. Thank you so much, Jermaine. Much appreciated. Make sure you're following Saeed TV as well. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, people, because at the moment we haven't got enough likes, man. We haven't got, we're not going to got 1,000 people in here. We've got not even hit 200 likes. What are you guys doing, man? Come on. Let's hit the like and subscribe button. We're literally, as I look now, close to 48K. We have literally just got 24 of you, just 24 people to hit the subscribe button, and we hit 48K on this stream together. That's all I need from you. There must be 24 of you that hasn't hit the subscribe button yet. So let's do that at least. Let's get everyone to hit like and subscribe, and we hit 48K together, man. Come on. Jermaine has asked, where are United finishing if Sesko comes in, Saeed?
I still think we're going to be around that top 6 area, top 7. I'm still not sure about this United team in terms of still in midfielder, still the goalkeeper, and just the whole idea of like consistency as well. Like from where we were last season, finished 15th, yeah. Not that I'm saying we were ever a 15th team, yeah, but like we can't all of a sudden jump from 15 to like top 5 in it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to say anywhere between 6th and 8th is where United are going to finish. So
okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, we will see, man. We will see. We just need 15 of you to hit subscribe now, people. Come on. We can do this.
Come on, people. By the end of the stream, definitely.
Easily. Ali says, like the stream. Make sure you do, people. Hit like and subscribe. Big up to you. Maka says, Sesko doing the Gyokeres celebration against Arsenal is going to slap. Imagine, bro.
You know what? I was saying that. Someone said that in the group chat. They said, like, that would be peak entertainment, bro. If that happened, bro. That would be literally peak entertainment, man. Like,
it is going to be mad, you know, because if one of these score, what will probably happen is it'll probably be a ball 0-0 and neither of them will get a kick. But
yeah,
that's probably what will happen the way things have happened at Arsenal and United over the last last decade or so. But when I look at it, I do believe there's going to be so much hype now on this game, like those two being linked with both clubs. And it's like, which one's going to score first? Which one's going to have the better season? Which one's going to dump a load of shite over the other team? And obviously, you're going to want it to be Sesko. We're going to want it to be Gyokeres. We want Gyokeres doing this at Old Trafford. You want Sesko either doing his celebration or doing that at Old Trafford. It will go down, man. The rivalry needs to come back a bit with Arsenal and United, man. We've both been in the doldrums too long, man. Like we need to get back to those days, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Big time.
100%. Like for me, we need it, man. We deserve it.
Yeah,
we deserve it, man. You know them was there, so I think for me it's one of them where it's like, yo, I need to see a win in that game. I'll be real with you, just for the whole like morale, bro. Like you can't be losing that game, bro. Because all of a sudden, you all them thoughts of last season come back into it. And I think even for you lot to get a positive start would be to win that game against United.
Of course, of course. Our first 6, bro, and your first 6, they're the hardest in the league statistically, right? United and Arsenal starts, yeah.
Who have you got, by the way?
So we've got you away, then we've got Leeds at home, which is the easy one. We've got Forest, which you don't know what they're going to be like, but last season they were difficult, yeah. And then we've got Liverpool at Anfield, and then we've got Newcastle at St James's Park, and Manchester City at home. It's not in that order. I've messed that order up, but they're the first 6, right? So that is difficult, bro. Difficult start. But after that, it plateaus out a bit. So you have that bad start and you're like, right, that's done. Let's now go win on a run. But I'm saying if we want to be in a title race genuinely and be considered and looked at seriously, I'm only accepting dropping points to Liverpool at Anfield there, like a draw. All the others I want to win. I've got to beat you at Old Trafford. You are not the United that people should be scared of. You'll even admit that. Arsenal should not be losing or dropping points at Old Trafford against United. It just shouldn't. Then you look at Leeds, we have to, and I think we will. Yeah. Liverpool, Anfield, I'd accept us to drop points because it's a difficult place to go. Yeah. But I want to beat Man City because it's at home. I want to beat Forest because it's at home. And I want to beat Newcastle away because look at the mess they're in at the moment. So that's 6 games that we should be, if we're serious and we're Arsenal, that people should be scared of. I'm not going, right, I draw at Old Trafford, beat Leeds, but just take something out of Anfield, take something off of Man City and take something on Newcastle. You've already got 4 draws in your first 6 games. That's not good enough. So,
you know what?
I
think as well, that Liverpool game going into international break as well, you need to be winning 2 and then drawing 1. You know what I'm saying? That's for your sake. Scott win 2. So you need to be on at least 7 points going into that game. You know what I mean? And then you could be like, you know what, fair. I think Man City, yeah, you're right. At home, you need to be beating Man City easily. Like all your home games against the top 6, you should be beating. And then obviously, like you said, Newcastle away, they're not going to be the same team. So you'd expect Arsenal to not be going over there and getting bullied. I know they've got a big atmosphere. I know it'll be very, very, in terms of they'll want to put on a show. But yeah, Arsenal should win that game. But this league, I don't know, bro. It's gonna be it might be where everyone loses in their first couple of games and it's all madness. That's why I said for me, I think Chelsea might be top of the table come September or come whatever.
That'd be insufferable, man. That'd be insufferable.
Because if you look at their fixtures, right, they're very, very favorable.
Yeah.
They could have an early head start just by the fact that they're only playing Man United, I think, in their first kind of game.
What's their first 6, man? Is their first 6 easy?
So Palace at home.
Right.
West Ham away. Fulham at home.
I think that's 3 wins, if I'm honest.
Fulham at home.
Yeah.
Brentford away.
That should be a win.
And then Man United away.
So they always, I know people laugh at this, but they always struggle at Old Trafford, Chelsea.
No, they always, that's what I'm saying. They always struggle.
So I think up until Old Trafford, I think they're going to win them all,
But that's what I'm trying to say, bro. And then you go into the Old Trafford game with so much confidence, though, because you're probably, that's why I said, Chelsea will be the early pace setters in the league. I really do.
Well, what do you think on them quickly, Chelsea? Because I know, Don, I try and give Don a lot of the shit.
Man.
Because he's deluded at times, bless him, man. I love Don. But, he has been saying, believe in this process, believe in this project, we will get there. And It looked like it was going to be a mess, and I was just laughing at how bad it was. Now, look, between you and I always knew Chelsea were going to be back because you can't. They'll just spend their way out of it, Chelsea, right?
Yeah,
that's what they're always going to do. So I was just trying to lap it up for a few years because I thought give it a couple of years of laughing at them, and they'll be back one day. I actually look at it and I do think that and I have been impressed. I did a video on it. I've been impressed by them, not just in the Club World Cup, but I think the way that they have actually looked under Maresca has been a hell of a lot better. I still don't know if they can win a title under him. I still don't know if they're going to be back and get to their next levels, but I do think Chelsea could be an interesting team to watch this season. I do think Enzo, Palmer, Lavia, Caicedo, that midfield is one of the best in the league. I think if they do add a goalkeeper and a centre-half, and maybe a top left winger, because Gittins, I'm not too sure, is a top left winger yet. I think they could be and should be in a title race, brother. I don't know about you, man.
Bro, you know what it is, bro? They'll be in a title race, but they'll fall off towards the end of it. Like, I reckon, like February, March, you might see a fall off. I just think for me, burnout. I think for me, because of the fact that they're playing a lot of games, bro. So there's gonna be a burnout from the Club World Cup as well. And I think because I think the goalkeeper as well, I don't think is good enough to be in a title race winning team. If I'm being truly honest with you, like that there needs to change as well. And the defense, the two centre backs, even though I think they're good, I think they still need a better centre back in my eyes.
Well, bringing in Harto, isn't they? Bringing in Harto from
Harto's young. He's back up for Cucurella. You know, I think they could have done with maybe someone alongside Colwell. Someone a little bit better than Chalobah, even though I think Chalobah's a great defender.
They should have gone for Gehi, man.
Yeah, they're still linked with him, though. They're still linked with him. I know Liverpool have been linked with him more so, but they're still linked with him, you know, in all, like they are still linked with him a little bit. So it could be a situation where they could really be having him as well on the tour. So I don't know, man. It's one of them where I think for me, Chelsea, they might be surprise package. They might do a Forest and then go all the way and then fall off towards the end. See how Forest did it last year? They were there and they just they fell off towards the end. They might do that. So
yeah,
it's difficult. You know what I mean? But like I said, bro, it's exciting, man. Like I said, this season, I think for me, it's going to be an exciting league, bro. I'm actually one of the first times I'm actually looking forward to the league, man. Really, truly, like the way it's kind of set up.
It's going to be the way it's setting up, man. It's going to be a mad one, isn't it? Like
it'll be a mad one, bro. It'll be a mad
Chelsea
one.
And Newcastle, Liverpool, and you're going moving mad. We all believe Man City are back. Arsenal have been told they just need the striker and the attacker, and they'll be okay. I think it's going to be a mad season, bro. I've got to be honest with you, man. But we'll see, man. Look, we've got 7 people to hit the subscribe button, and then we hit 48K.
Come on. We might as well do a countdown.
Yeah, man. Do a countdown. There's 1,000 exactly actually in here stream now. There must be 7 people that haven't hit the subscribe button.
Get your burners account, man. Get your burners account.
Man. Come on. Let's sort this out, people. Come on. I'm sure we can hit 48K.
We can get there, man. 48K and then 2K left. Hopefully, maybe by the season starts, we can get there. You know what I'm saying? And
bro, I really, honestly, I need to hit this 50K before the season starts or as it starts.
Bro,
it's unbelievable to do that, so,
man.
Yeah,
that's an amazing achievement, man. And then after that, it'll be 100K, and then man, you'll be part of the club, man. 100K club.
Yeah, 100K club. Get my plaque.
Yeah, man, get your plaque, and then you live your life, man. Then they say you're an official YouTuber after that. Then you know what I mean? It's crazy.
No, it is, and that's what I need to get to, him, bro. I need just 2 of you now. It's gone up to just 2 of you, just 2 people to hit subscribe. And
well, it is kind of mad though that there are people watching that aren't subscribed. It is low key a bit mad as well. Like, yo,
come on,
yo, man. It don't cost you nothing, man, to like the video as well. Like and subscribe. It don't cost you nothing, man. It really doesn't, man. It really doesn't.
Look, I have faith, and let me click on this button and celebrate 48K.
Come on.
There we go. We've done it, people. 48K. Thank you so much. 48K this year. Big up to everyone. Appreciate that. And 48, Saeed. I can't believe that, bro.
48, bro. I'm telling you. It's you're nearly there, bro. Touching distance, man. You know them ones there. Like for me, it's like, yo, it's every milestone, man. You just hit, bro, but you try and get to that 50K, man, and that's when it's halfway point. Boom, smash it, bro. So
Love it, man.
Bro. Big up to you, man. Amazing journey, man. You deserve it, man. You deserve it.
Nah, come on, bro. Appreciate everyone in the chat as well. All the mods for helping out. Big up to every single one of you that's got people to hit like and subscribe as well. Let's do these super chats, and I've got one more before I let you go because I know you've got a show which we're going to redirect you to. Where was it? There's a couple of things about Gyokeres here. Ali says Darwin Nunez got 48 goals in 85 games. Gyokeres got 97 in 102. Calling them similar records never made sense. Exactly.
There you go. It never made sense. It never made sense.
No, that is crazy. West says, yo, Dan, I've just DM'd you. I hope you're well. Big fan. West, I'll check that after the stream and I'll get back to you. Big up to you. Appreciate that. Nathan says, Gyokeres will take us to our 14th title. This is where I want to end quickly, Saeed. Yeah. There's a couple of links, rumors that I'm going to quickly throw at you before we do close. But do you think that he is the missing piece? Obviously, there's been a lot of chat today or over the early hours and to be fair, the last couple of days about Eze. The rumors are suggested from Romano, who's been chatting on his channel, saying that, you know, after all the signings for Arsenal, it's now going to be important to offload and sell players. It's going to be time to create some space financially, but the top target is Eze. He's considered the perfect player to add. They're in contact with his agents. They spoke to the player several times, players camp several times. Eze's tempted by this opportunity. They still didn't speak to Palace, so let's see how those conversations go in August. We all know how complicated it is to negotiate with Palace, but Arsenal will try. So that's the latest we're hearing. Ben Jacobs said that apparently it's looking like it's going to be Eze. We're going to get some players out the door. And then there was rumors suggesting it's Eze and the left winger, not just Eze. I mean, wow, if we got Eze and the left winger like a Rafael Leao or a Rodrigo, Arsenal's window's gone from being mediocre to like an 8 or 9 out of 10. Do you know what I mean? So I think
for me, it's still. I think it's you have to get this Eze, man. Like, bro, like I don't know. The only thing I would say we worry about is that Mateta. There's been a bid for Mateta being rejected. So, and obviously you got Gahey as well. Are they going to lose all players in one window?
Exactly.
That would be catastrophic. So you've almost got to look at it from that point of view. Yo, we can't really be losing a lot of these players, bro. You see what I'm trying to say, broski? Like you can't, bro. Like. I feel like you have to get the players, bro, and I feel like that there, it's not gonna work, bro. So I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. For me, it's a no-brainer. You can play on the left, can play in just behind where Odegaard is as well. I think it's a no-brainer, bro. You have to build a squad, man. 60+ games, Champions League as well, bro. You've seen it, bro. You need a big squad now, man. There ain't no small little squads. Oh, like you see how Pep says, "Oh, I like to work with small squads." He's lying to everyone, bro, man. He's a liar, Pep Guardiola. He would love to have a big squad to win every single trophy he can, bro. Are you mad? Get out of it, man. Like, you need a big squad now, man. You really, really need a big squad. You know?
Yeah. Now, listen, but we if you don't want to work with a big squad, go and manage Burnley or Sunderland. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, we want a big squad to go and win these games, man. But look, just lastly, there's been reports and suggestions today or this morning that Man United are going all out for Donnarumma.
Bring him.
That would be a brilliant signing. I don't know what's happened with Emi Martinez. That's gone quiet. Maybe Villa don't want to know about it.
Cost a lot. Too much. Costing us a lot of money, man. But for me, Donnarumma, bring him, bro. Bring him.
Like, that'd be an unbelievable signing, bro.
Bring him, bro. I'm sorry. Bring him, bro. Fabrizio has said it was not true, but maybe it's not true because United have not made maybe the formal approach yet. But
well, they've just signed Chevalier, haven't they? PSG.
Chevalier, exactly. So I'm hoping that, you know, that there's a pathway for Donnarumma. When you look at the keepers now, I'm not gonna lie to you, there's not really that many good goalkeepers around, you know. Like I don't know if people wanna really look at it, but there's not many really goalkeepers around in terms of you can bank on, bro. You know what I mean? So it's one of them where, boy, the striker market is suffering, the goalkeeper market is suffering. Like, it's only really wingers that you can get as a peripheral of, like, wingers really that are there. But
I think attacking midfielders and wingers, that they're the only ones that are around.
They're the ones that you got a lot in.
The talent, bro. The talent pool's gone down, in my opinion. Like, big up to Aaron, who was on the show last night. He said, "Look, as much as I think some of these young players that are coming through now, we're looking at, they wouldn't have touched the sides when Thierry Henry, R9, Ronaldinho, Zidane, Figo, Kaká, all these guys were about, everyone would have gone, oh, it looks like a promising youngster, but these are the top dogs. Now it's like the young players are the top dogs. Like, when would you ever have Lamine Yamal being the best player in the world at 17? Like, it just wouldn't have happened like 10 years ago. It's 15 years ago. Do you know what I mean? So
I'm just seeing attention on the 15-year-olds, like in terms of where, you know, we'd never be like, bring him through the squad. Yeah, we had the class of 92 and whatnot, but wouldn't be attention here because it'll be like, you know what? Why should we put attention on this player here? It's too soon to be putting that sort of attention on. So but that football's changed, bro, innit? Football has changed.
Yeah, facts. It has massively changed, man. Massively. But look, man, it's always a pleasure talking to you, bro. I know I've got to let you go.
Guy.
Your show now. Stay tuned, people. There's 1,000 people in here. I expect to see 1,000 on Saeed's show now. He's going live. What you got coming up, bro?
Yeah, me, George, and Roms are going to be live. We're just going to be discussing all the latest transfer news. Isak, Mateto, Douglas Luiz. There's some transfer news, man. All clubs are welcome. So, yeah, man, we're going to discuss that. And, big up to everyone locked in, man. Appreciate you lot for having me on, Dan, man. Appreciate you, man.
Nah, come on,
big
bro.
up on the 48K. Come on.
Thank you, man. Yeah, thank you, everyone, as well, by the way, for the 48K. That's unbelievable. And soon come 50. The big 50 is what we need and what we want. And, let's make sure we got that. Big up to everyone. Hit like and subscribe. Make sure you stay tuned. Big up to George and Roms that are going to be with Saeed as well. There's a lot to talk about over there. So make sure you stay tuned and show Saeed some love and go and raid them. And I'll be back later at 4 p.m. with a show which you do not want to miss because it will be Arsenal and Tottenham talk because we have got them today, obviously at 12:30. I've got Sava and George with me and Hooks. I've got Wolfie and we've got Joe as well as Callum and Jamie. So it's going to be a lit stream at 4 p.m. today. Trust me, you do not want to miss it.
I will be there.
So, yeah, man. Make sure you stay tuned for that one. Don't go anywhere. We're going over to Saeed's channel now. We'll see you there. Take it easy. We're out of here. Laters.